Hello everybody, Frouwo here, bringing you game number 2 now of Team Empire versus Relax after that very quick first game, 17 minutes again, Empire winning in that period of time. But game 2 now, Relax look to come back and are certainly going to look to the Invoker to maybe carry him through. But anyway, let's just hop in the bands thus far and wait on more picks. But bands out from Team Empire thus far, the Enchantress, the Visage, the Chen, and the Slark. Relax bans out the Venomancer, the Nyx Assassin, the Owl Devourer, and the Ancient Apparition. Let's Relax now pick up an Elder Titan. So again, this is the first pro game in the 6.8 patch, as it hit just before this game was played. Actually, I believe it may have been attempted to be waited upon, maybe for the patch to hit, as they were expecting it. But certainly some changes to some of the heroes in the draft right now. Invoker, of course. That Quasi-Exort going to be a little bit less effective, as Forge Spirits now have no armor and the range is of course decreased now. But yeah, so may see maybe a Quasi-Wex Invoker, but Quasi-Wex going to be a bit of a disadvantage in the game for the Invoker, as he will certainly have to like rush phase boots because he will have give damage with no exort on his hero. Anyway, Clockwork also changed. His cogs nerfed the slightest bit. As you can see on the attacks required, it says 2-2-2-3 when it used to just be a flat 3, so it doesn't make the cogs hard to kill until about level 4 when it's 3 hits versus 2 hits, making it a lot more easy to escape from now. So may see people not just sit there in desperation when they get caught in the cogs, rather just attack the cogs and hopefully make it out. Anyway, now the Enigma picked up by Team Empire, as I look to my handy dandy guide. Black Hole AoE is increased for this hero, as well as the cast range. Both slight buffs, the cast range and the AoE only increased by 25 units, so just the slightest of changes. Now Slaughter picked up by Relax, so any changes to that hero? But anyway, certainly an interesting pickup. It is likely to be played in the carry position, as not something you see every day. Is somewhat played in, I'd say, the Chinese scene, but can certainly be cut. It is, like, I'd say, a less effective lifestealer. So he has only this. Well, he has the sprint, so he's not kited as often, and he does not have any sort of a magic immunity on top of that. So of course, very difficult possibly for him to try and dodge any magic damage. Is what I'm trying to say here. But the rage really wouldn't matter though, because Team Empire sitting on a pretty anti-BKB team. Clockworks all goes through BKB, Banes all goes through BKB, as well as Enigma, so Relax just not really feeling the Lifestealer pickup, it seems, as it would definitely be countered by the Enigma, the Bane, and the Clockwork. But yeah, thus far, interesting draft from the Relax, as Team Empire going for more a tried and true sort of tested heroes in 6.79, but Slaughter, not something you see too often. Elder Titan, of course, is picked up. I do believe he got a slight buff in this recent 6.8 patch. As I scroll through my notes once again. No, I don't believe actually he did. No changes on him.
10 seconds
so,
remaining.
And Rubik, we know no changes on him, and yeah. Now Dragon Knight banned out by Relax. Of course, Dragon Knight's stun, I believe, was rescaled to make it a shorter distance, but still fearing that sort of mid pickup for them, as Empire looking for the mid hero at this point. Indeed, yes, Dragon Scale cooldown has been rescaled. Matches its current, well, previously it just sat in a 9-second cooldown, but now it's a 12, 11, 10, and 9-second cooldown as you level the skill up. Going to encourage people more or less to skill that Dragon Tail up, as normally you don't get to pass level 1, you opt for rather the Breathe Fire and the Dragon's Blood for the early push in the game, as the scale doesn't scale, or the stun doesn't scale as well, as one would imagine. Now Team Empire looking for the last hero here.
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be the Doom for Team Empire. So, interesting draft out thus far. Could see a mid Doom. Could see really anything. This laning, no, that's not cool. Oh boy. All hello everybody, Frouwo here. Once again, I do apologize for that cutout patch hit. A small patch, like 27 megabyte patch, and it kicked me out of the game. I was disconnected, and anyway, back in now, however, as the game kicks off again. Luckily, the players not suffering any sort of disconnect problems like I did, but so Doom was picked up by Empire, and Relax did pick up the Vengeful Spirit as their last pickup. So going very mass negative armor here as I finish up a discussion about the draft. But we'll have negative armor from the Forge Spirits should TMW go for that sort of build. Dread also going to have the Wave of Terror. And, of course, negative armor from the Slaughter, amplified damage. Will reduce armor quite a bit. Forge Spirits on top of the Wave of Terror going to do 13 at least. I actually believe
30 seconds to battle.
And it will, the order from Natural Order also will reduce the armor reduction. That's going to be a lot of negative armor, my friends. But that's what I guess Relax is aiming for here. Really going to have to make sure that their Slaughter gets really enough farm to do work on the enemy team, as the physical damage that needs to come up from them will need to come from the Slaughter, as he is probably the most potent hero for that. Of course, the Invoker can do that, as well as the Vengeful Spirit, I guess, but both being played as, well, Invoker is solo mid, but rather a Vengeful Spirit is a support. But anyway, into the introduction. Silent going to be on the Luna. We've always want to fly on the Enigma. Mag going to be playing the offlane Clockwork as Resolution. Now playing the Doom in the mid lane, and Silent going to be in this offlane and solo for the time being up against the Elder Titan. And yeah, so on the side of Relax, we will have TMW in the mid lane, of course. Alternative Shacklo in the off lane, as Dread going to be in the woods, or in the bottom lane rather, of Relax, and BZ going to be on the Slaughter in the bottom lanes farming it up, while Ibrahim going to be playing the Rubik for Relax as well. So yeah, have ourselves a game, friends, and in the meantime, mid lane. Quaz first on TMW, so may not see the Quaz Exhort build. You may see the Quaz Wax Invoker. So again, that EMP buffed very much so. And now top lane. Nightmare onto Elder Titan Shacklo. Maybe blocked in here. Lucent Beam, now Shacklo. Being body blocked by Bane. Not well enough though, as he does get away. So failed attempt there by Empire to get a nice kill onto the Elder Titan. But I'm sure Silent and Vengeful don't mind, as they do harass the Elder Titan out of lane. Forced to eat some tangos up. Now he's going to fly. Farming up in the woods, of course. And Brigham Dread doing the same. So TMW harassing Resolution very well in lane. 10 last hits to his name, 7 to Resolution. Resolution forced to pop the Scorched Earth here in order to get some regen up on himself. Now it's a bottle, so may look to Crow here, but just going to send the courier back. 2-minute rune will be acquired by Mag actually on this bottom lane. So we're going to deny that from the Invokers. Invoker pressing the lane, and the Resolution likely not going to be able to rotate there quick enough, as his lane is pushed and doesn't want to lose out on any sort of experience. Maybe even last hits even. As we do have spectator chat that I have not yet found a way to turn off. And now top lane, Bane going on to Shacklo. Shacklo gonna be fine, however, not too worried it seems. So turn some rounds out there. Always want to flag and rotate in and try and take this large camp. But a really very passive early laning stage for both teams. Actually, nope, never mind. As they say that, Shacklo nightmared up Lucent Beam. Now Malf is stunned and procs once, twice, third time. Not going to get the kill, as Vang started eating some tower shots. And Empire again, unable to kill Shacklo here on this top lane. As a Doom heads to the woods and picks up an Alpha Wolf, so going to give him some extra damage. Or critical strikes. Oh no, and the bonus damage, 30%, so going to be good for him, especially in this laning phase, to get the extra damage in the last hits in. Right clicks for 90 damage now, compared to the Invoker's measly 50, nope, now 60 damage. And Team W is going indeed the Quaswex Invoker, so going to be going that CC sort of team fight Invoker as he does pick up the phase now. It's a lot more damage onto him. So this courier is being very far ahead. Tango's on the ground now. Is that likely just going to look to ferry back the courier? Irigim and Dread can be in the mid lane now. May look for a kill here on the Doom. Doom, however, very far back, is waiting for his bottle to come back as well as some boots. Does now actually. Oh, he's going to fly. Thrown up on the cliff by Irigim and could be dead here. Stun from Dread and TMW going to come and finish him off as well. So Vengeful Spirit getting the first blood here. 4 minutes in the game, so a bit later than we usually see it, but Rubik throwing out the cheeky lift onto high ground sort of thing and getting the kill there. Guaranteed, essentially. So he had a ward up there. And now, looking at last hits. Slaughter keeping on pace with Luna at this point in the game. Of course, Luna having a lot more as far as free from goes. Slaughter taking much more, I'd say, harassed from the clockwork than Luna is taking from the other Titan. As the other Titan now actually had to return back to base and teleporting back to lane now, but again, very disappointing that he had to, as now Tornado comes out from TMW. Cold Snap and Ibrahim lift, stun from RX, or from Dread, and now Resolution pops and Invis Rune he managed to pick up, so Relax going for the gank there, not getting the kill though as Invis pop by Resolution. And we'll see if he breaks Invis here. But Dread's still of course in the lane and yeah, gonna be fine. Now Myla, or Silent rather, throwing, or no, not throwing any harass on the Shackler just yet, just pushing the creep wave back a bit. So we're gonna see Tornado likely EMP Invoker, as EMP did get a buff here, as well did Ghost Walk. Ghost Walk, instead of having not enough points in Wex, and it decreases your move speed, it gives you bonus move speed if you max out your Wex. And like if you're level 4 in Wex, it gives you 0 move speed penalized. As now Resolution getting some more harass in mid lane from TMW. Still has that Alpha Wolf passive, so gonna still be able to have high right click damage, but not being able to take the harass here from TMW, as TMW now throws out the Cold Snap and Resolution. Too much damage now. TMW doomed here in the mid lane. Gonna be chased down, but teleport reaction in from Ibrahim, gonna save him. Actually now Shackler rotating as well, as Shackler pulls up an Illusion Rune, and I'm just gonna back off. Invoker I think should be fine, and indeed he is. As he pops the quads and gonna have 17.4 regen, almost matching that of Doom when he has Scorched Earth up. 24, so moderately close, 7 off, but Doom of course doesn't have really the mana pool support popping that constantly. So now phase up on Resolution. They're really even laning stage thus far. Luna farming up very well for Empire, and Slaughter doing the same for Relax. So if you take a look at Luna, Hand of Midas on her. Seems like a pretty decent timing, about 6 minutes. Had Brown Boots on top of that though, so pretty good. It's BZZ, as there is a pause coming out. Skype lag. BZ has 1200 in the bank, already has treads, so could see a blink out of him. Could also see, of course, a Vanguard. You want to be active early with this Slaughter. You just want as much survivability as you can, so you can throw the right clicks out as you're praying for bashes, really. As it does give pretty insane amount of bonus damage and such, as well as the crush. Sprint, of course, already completed on him, and yeah. Again, Slaughter not really a hero you see, kind of seen. Of course, Relax could go for an early Roshan here with all the negative armor they have, but with the Roshan changes actually, maybe a bit more difficult. So Roshan gets more armor, gets more hit points, and I believe right clicks for more as well. So TMW ferrying out part of drums, so he's going to work on drums. Seems going to work towards the move speed Invoker. Positioning, of course, going to be very important for the tornadoes as well as the EMPs and such. So, going to be seeing what we used to see back in the 6.77 with the high-speed Invokers, drums into 4-staff or blink, and just really positioning based rather than the Invoker we've seen lately, which is all summon based, as they need the Necro, they need the Forge Spirits, and that sort of stuff. But TMW seemingly confident with his Invoker skills, really okay with changing it up from the normal Quaz Exhort into Quaz Wex. As contest for the bottom rune, TMW gonna have her pick it up as now has Invis. And now, thought might have been going on upon by the Yellow Titan here, but not too much. Yellow Titan still being able to sit in lane. Has boots as a stout and a stout shield now compared to Mag. That's pretty decent as he has about the same. So now TMW rotating top. Could look for a dive here on the Mag. Mag, of course, damage amped up. Negative 10 damage, so negative 7 armor as of right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And now tower going to be under siege. Mag may not want to engage, but does have hook now, so could maybe hook on the Slaughter and possibly get a kill. But man, fighting a Slaughter may not be the best of ideas. As now top, always want to fly in Venksaur. Sitting around here, maybe looking for Shacklow. Shacklow going to push up in the lane and rotation instantly from always want to fly. Malphus, Lucent Beam, and Shacklow going to fall on the top lane. So Empire finally getting a return kill for that kill they gave up on, I believe it was the Enigma. So kills all tied up now, and last hits.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Luna is still somewhat in the lead compared to at least the Slardar and TMW, of course, on the Invoker. Outlast hitting the Doom very much. He does have a good 23 last hit advantage and 20 denies on top of all that. So heavy denies actually coming up from both teams. Slardar 28, and the 30 denies, and Invoker 20 denies. Both teams denying very well. As our offlaners struggle with farm. Elder Titan with 13 and Mag with only 10. Of course, is level 6 now. Can look to do stuff with the hook. Like hook people, cogs them, and battery salt into a kill. So now Team W has the drums just be ready, so drums, of course, all the slightest bit stronger with that extra charge now. Wonder if Corey to return to base and probably pick that up. As Tornado comes from TMW and mana, burn, no more mana for resolution. It seems as if the timing on that sound seems a little bit off, but no complaint here. Just stating that the charge time is different now. It is, of course, all flat 2.6 versus a decreasing until it hits 2.6. So that sound fell, I guess, understandably broken for the time being. A smoke now from Relax. BZ, of course, finishing up his Vanguard. So actually may see a Roshan attempt here from Relax, but well, we'll wait and see. It's actually, nope, just going to maybe look for a kill here on mid lane. Do have 3 stuns to stack on whoever they find. Should it be the Doom or possibly the Clockwork, but all of Empire really chilling in their own woods, and Relax not going to find anyone out here just yet. And now the bottom tower could go down as Shacklow rotating down here. And nope, Relax just going to chill. It's actually Roshan possibly being scattered out here by the Clockwork, but rather just the bottom tower pushing to come out instead. It's Fade Bolt and Slithering Crush could really clear out the wave pretty quickly, and the tower indeed gonna fall. No, not just yet, however, just barely at deny range there with that Fortify. And Clockwork maybe gonna look for a hook in here. Tower falls and Mag, nothing from him. Does have phase on himself now though. And yeah. And tower now in deny range. TMW coming into lane, pops the drums, may look for a kill here, but nope, not gonna do anything. Eltron denies the tower. Now 4 top for Relax. As Eltron now working towards the mechanism. And keep in mind, when this Flare does get blink, wherever he is on the bottom lane. No, actually near the top lane rather than farming it up. If he does grab blink, that blink cost is now 0 mana. So he won't have to worry about mana issues as much. Only has the amp damage and the Slithering Crush to worry about. So it certainly wouldn't be a bad pickup for him, as again, 0 mana cost on blinks now. Cooldown is still the same, however, nothing else changed. His drum's now picked by Doom. And middle tower under attack by Empire as Relax push the top tower. Islands out and tower getting down for sure. This top tower going to be no contest from Empire up here though. Not wanting to fight into Relax just yet as they do have quite a bit of negative armor. And Enigma really maybe waiting on a blink. But doesn't have mechanism just yet. So actually Empire going to go for this early Roshan it seems. So yeah, this new Roshan stands up to Empire in this situation. Scorched Earth maxed by Doom here, so does have a lot of regen. As these bastions, resist just constant now. Popping the Scorched Earth. Banks will actually rotate to tank it up, and it's Roshan not falling moderately fast. And gonna fall here as actually the Alpha Wolf Aura, giving the entire team the extra 20% increased damage. As Invoker gets a kill on Clockwork there. Where was that? I assume. No, right there. So Clockwork didn't expend the hook there, just probably got caught out as he works towards the medallion, it seems. And Force Staff going to be up in Invoker soon as TMW smoke up from the entire team of Empire and just going to run away. Doesn't feel safe there. Now Slaughter with the blink teleports directly to the bottom lane. Like for some fights soon as that blink. Again, ever so more effective with it costing 0 mana. And now Vangsor stun up, Slithering Crush, amp damage, and Vangsor gonna fall here for sure. Yeah, indeed he does. Bane falling to a creep. Gold being split among Slaughter and Rubik, and yeah, so Relax may look to push this tier 2 bottom now. As none of Relax are down here just yet, and Buckler popped by Shacklow. Shacklow gonna have his mechanism should they get this tower. Only about 200 gold off. And BZ and company, Shacklow gonna harass him this creep wave, Slithering Crush, gonna push it down, and Clockwork may look for a hook here, but no, certainly not going to into 5. So now all the bottom lane towers down for Empire's BZ Dread and Ibrahim still sitting down here. Clockwork may be under fire here. Now stunning from the Slaughter, Mag, Brain Sap, and just gonna make it away in time. Sprint away, and it's gonna be fine it seems. Fiend's Grip from BZ is available. Not from BZ rather, but Vangsor. So this gang train of Black's gonna fall back. As the bottom tower push comes out from Silent and Resolution. Resolution only using that Doom once and does indeed have a Aegis to expend before the timer runs out. But anyway, picking up the Helm of the Dominator, now working towards the BKB, so should be fine in all regards. Pretty well farmed as now bottom lane. Always want to fly damage amp as well as the Shockwave, and now Vangsor throwing the Fiend's Grip out onto BZZ, and Dreadnought gonna sacrifice himself for the life of BZZ. Swap to break the Fiend's Grip and gets it there fine. And then Slaughter sprints are there fine. It's now top lane. Luna popping the ultimate, going on to mostly BZ's there. Now Resolution getting very, very low. Cold Snap, however, gonna pop the drums and start the runaway. And making up for the time being. That regen's keeping alive for the time being. 32 regen. And gonna be fine as the regen runs out and Invoker not able to chase. Mag over behind TMW. TMW not gonna dive on that, as now Slaughter goes on Luna. Damage amp and hook on him now. BZ paying for his life with the kill on the Luna, and Ibrahim may be in trouble here as well, but however, Invoker on the backlines now finds Vangsor. Cold Snap and nothing from him, and now Ibrahim lifting the Clockwork. Oh, and I was wondering what the Clockwork's item choice was. Not a Medallion, rather a Blade Mail. I always get that confused. Clockworks always go for the early Blade Mail as they do take so much damage. And yeah, so both carries being treated there by either team. And yeah, let's take a look at the experience graph. So difference in gold, or this is gold earned rather. So gold earned in Empire's favor at this point, 1,000 gold in their favor. Do have a tower advantage for the time being. Rather, no, they're behind on towers. So Relax, even up on towers, still behind in Empire in terms of gold. Experience heavily in Empire's favor as well, even with the killed favor being in Relax's court. And now actually gonna come mid from just TMW himself.
Dire's middle tower is under
And
attack.
Dread in the river by himself. Damage amp now in resolution. Solution beam thrown onto BZ here, and now
Dire's middle tower.
2 men stunned from BZ on resolution and always want to fly. I'll try not expended as well. Always want to fly. Cast the black hole on 1. Rubik getting the kill on Enigma, however, and now Shackle doomed up. Mag cogsing in Ibrahim and Slardar, and now Elder Titan falls in the backline to the Luna All, and Luna, however, dies to the Vengeful Spirit. Now Banksor cleaning up the Rubik. However, going to be stunned up here from Slardar. Slardar cleaning up that kill even. So 4 deaths for Empire in that fight. It's that advantage I noticed they had earlier, not going to be existent anymore, as 4 for 2. Relax using a underfarmed Elder Titan as well as a Rubik for the Enigma, the Bane, the Luna, and the Clockwork. The Doom, the only person being the only person escaping there. So it still has the Aegis, didn't even use it in that fight. Questionable tactics from him being behind everyone there. And always want to fly, of course. Did get the ult off, but Rubik melted him down too quickly. I don't think Rubik was able to steal it though, and even if he was, he did die, so not going to matter in the end run. So Team W drums, 4 step, and maybe going to look towards a blink next. Is sitting on nearly enough gold for that. Another 125 away will be golden. So now Slaughter going to work towards a BKB, of course. Even though Empire does have quite the anti-BKB team with the Doom, with the Enigma, with the Bane, and of course the Clockwork Hook, so will certainly work out though, as prevent the Luna from getting her all damage all into him and just general magic damage being expended in the fight. So Relax now get the tower mid as the Aegis is expended on the Doom. Just get the regen. Is now Silent up top, maybe in a bit of trouble. 4-step tornado for TMW. Mila now in trouble. Not going to expend the ult here just yet, and toying with their food, waiting for Slaughter to get the last hit there. Now Relax going to push out the top lane, or push in the top lane, so Relax coming back in this game after apparently being down in experience and gold. Gold now in their favor heavily, and experience actually still in Empire's favor for the time being. I'm not sure why that's happening, but I think because Slaughter is spending less and less time farming, but rather working towards getting more and more kills as Invoker teleports bottom. Can certainly defend this push by himself. Tornado EMP is a strong combo. Of course, does more damage now. TP in now from Slaughter. Slaughter gonna get a kill on resolution here. Damage amp and the stun. However, mech popped, and now still managing to die though is the Doom, and Banksor now picked up. Fiend's Grip cancelled onto the Slaughter, as now Banksor gonna be Fiend's Gripped himself by Ibrahim. And it's like chase goes out from Slaughter here. Rubik now picking up a blink dagger. Always want to fly, however, turning around and throwing the Malefice. Slaughter, however, still can't chase here. Stun just coming out from TMW onto the Enigma, and Slaughter proving his worth in this game. Number 2, 4-1-4 is the score thus far. Already has a Mythril Helmet for his BKB. And doing very well in terms of getting the stuns off and that sort of stuff. As Invoker actually going to work towards a Hex, it seems. It's now Rubik actually going to look for another kill here on Mila. Dread throwing out the stun, but Mila popping the ult and getting the return kill, rather. Silent is, and Standen. BZ actually grabbing the kill there on Silent, so Silent struggling. The blink initiation from Slaughter seems too potent at this point, really, to have Silent farm outside the base. Is now all of Empire really just sitting inside that base and cowering at the fear and might of Slardar. So this Roshan will be respawning in about near 2 minutes time. Just relax now, sitting on the high ground. Gonna possibly look for a kill here, but nothing much for them to spot up just yet. But again, Ibrahim did pick up the blink dagger. Team W working towards the Hex, of course. Shaklo with the mech and arcanes. And Dread working towards likely a 4-staff. So I was going to fight me. Look for a soul kill on him. Actually, however, in the top lane, Grip. Banksor now gripped up by the Rubik. Rubik, of course, still saving that spell, and Brain Sap onto TMW. Going to keep him alive just a slice bit longer, but going to fall here to the Elder Titan right clicks as Clockwork gets slaughtered in the mid lane by the Invoker and Slardar. And now, Always Want to Fly has the invis still, not going at Dread just yet. May not even look for the kill here. Just wasting his time, essentially. Does have a TP back to base, should he please to do so. I'm not doing anything just yet, and no, I'm not going to take any action on Tread here, it seems. It's still just sitting here over as the push going to come out mid now from Relax. Oh no, rather just going to back off. I'm not sure if they know Roshan's back up, but they know now for sure. It's going to be very easy for them to do here with the Slaughter, negative damage, and of course the Elder Titan Aura. And Roshan attempt stopped, it seems, so I don't know for what reason. Checking for wards. I'm gonna find one. Someone may have a gem. Yeah, maybe Rubik has a gem now. So dewarding is the name of the game. Relax looking for the wards. There's now actually push here from Empire on the bottom lane. They do have 5 here. They did know that PR, we're gonna go for the Roshan. Of course, with Enigma, that is where they want to fight, as he can get an easy black hole. Now, I always want to fight behind everyone else. May not be spotted out just yet. Indeed, nobody's spotted out by Relax. For the time being, and now, I'm going to lift it by every game, maybe we can hover. Nightmare up and Brain Sap. Make it out alive, it seems, though. So now, sort of pops the BKB, blinks in, stun on 2, always want to fly, and Resolution. Always want to fly now. Gonna pop the black hole, Doom onto Slaughter here. TMW flying now very quickly to the ult of Luna. And now, BZZ flying as well. However, of course, the Enigma flying and the Clockwork down to the Vengeful Spirit, and buyback from Invoker now. It's really, I feel as if Mala being on that high ground saved her. As Doom not continue to be chased out. Team 2 really looking for a kill here, but not going to find it as both heroes retreating from Empire. Tornado barely missing onto Resolution there, and that just hit some creeps. But as Slaughter flying in that fight is his second death of the game, and did, I believe, hand over a large portion of gold to the Doom there with his death. And Empire certainly taking a good fight there, losing 2 for, I believe, 3 of Relax's heroes. I believe it's the Rubik, the Invoker, and the Slaughter. Seems about right. It's now Resolution and Myla. Or Silent, rather. We're looking to do the Roshan there, and not going to do it. Line out with the BKB as well as a Helmet Dominator. Resolution now has a Shiva's. Always want to fly, working towards the blink, it seems. Has nearly 2100 gold. No purchase yet just on him, so probably not going to be BKB. Seem to be pushing at the mid lane. In the meantime, still working towards the Hex. Did waste money on buyback earlier, so going to be a bit behind the pace he would have wanted. And Banksword warding up here. As rotation top. Now always want to fly, stun up by BZ, and Tornado coming out, hitting 2 of Empire's heroes. Always want to fly, going to be blown up instantly by that Invoker. Now Ibrahim going to be focused down by Luna. Luna popping BKB, popping the ultimate now. Actually ult stolen by Ibrahim. As Mag getting very low here, pops the Blade Mail. Going to die here to Slaughter, and now Resolution. Cold snapped up. Doing BZZ, but not being enough, as BZ still being able to chase. Doesn't have the fastest move speed though with the Doom on him. And Curry going to be sniped here by TMW. So Empire losing 3 there in that messy engagement. Broker doing a very good job of shutting down the Enigma before he can do anything really, so I'd get the stun off from BZ. But really, with the Enigma ult down, can Empire really fight? You could see that, I believe the Luna ult was expended. No, it wasn't even expended there. I believe Rubik just stole it and used it himself. That was the last spell that Luna casted since the last fight. So it's been a long time. Luna actually not casting Lucid Beam after that. Not something that you see too often. Usually something like that happens just to make sure Rubik doesn't get that sort of spell from her. So Brigand playing very well this game, I have to mention. With the Luna ult stolen and all the sorts of spells that he's just been able to put out from the enemy team, usually using. Relax now mid lane. Take a look at the net worth now. Of course, last chart not really effective in showing who has what kind of farm at this point in the game. As Slaughter doesn't have the most last hits, but does indeed have the most net worth, as he has been involved in 14 kills now. Does have the Aegis, BKB, a Vanguard now, and a Blink. The Brigand team, they look to push out mid just the slightest bit. Empire having 3 heroes up here, very spread out, but Still pressuring it slightly. And yeah, so Silent in terms of farm has a Yasha now, but Helm and Dominator, BKB on top of that. Not what you expect 20 minutes in, but has been struggling, of course, so no surprise there, I guess. So actually not going to work towards a BKB himself. Always want to fly. Has the blink now. Banksword not much on him, and Mag, Blade Mail, Force Staff next on him. And Shacklo building a BKP. Slardar, Blink, BKB, Vanguard. TMW still working towards the Hex. Actually could pick it up right now. Indeed he does, yes. And Ibrahim, Blink and Drums. Drums, a very valuable item now. Very popular, it seems. This has been built by multiple heroes every game now in this 3-game series. So Relax ahead in this game now. 20-9 is the kill score. 29 minutes in versus Relax. So now maybe look to push the high ground of Empire. Look at the goal graph. Relax ahead by 5,000 and experience nearly 75,000 or 7,500. And Slardar gonna look to split push here with the Invoker for the time being, as the rest of the team pressures the mid. Radiant's career apparently died sometime in the past as well. I didn't notice that. So word now to be flown out to Dread, it seems. And Dire's career now respawning as well. So both careers alive once again. As Empire, I believe, are spotted out by this ward. At least part of them are. So Relax. I know they're down here. May look to push mid, as they see always want to play all the way in the bottom lane, but nope, going to go for the aggressive stance here and push straight up onto where Empire is and blink and slithering smash onto Resolution. Resolution's going to fall for sure. Relax now going to look for more. Who can they find? Who can they find? Tornado going to spot out Banksword. Banksword certainly dead here now. As Hex from Invoker comes out. Damage Amp and Banksword dead for sure. Invoker getting that last hit there. And may look to push mid now. Creep wave pushed in and topping pushed out by Mila. Very Silent rather. As I've said that probably 6 times in this game. So Relax indeed gonna push low high ground. Tower sieging is not something the lineup they have is very good at though. Really they have to wait for Slaughter to start right clicking it down, otherwise don't have too much in terms of damage or wave clear. Wave clear really being in Shacklo's in every game's department. So 3 minutes till Doom respawns. May look to back off here, not just yet however. I realize they have a couple extra seconds worth of time to do some more damage, and always want to find out. Pops the Soul Ring, not going to blink in Black Hole here. Lex pretty spread apart as far as things go right now, and now Hex onto Silent. Silent now lifted by Rubik, and Deafening Blast. Gonna die here. Oh no, just barely. Popping Mech is Enigma saving her life, and now Slaughter swapped out of the cogs by Dread. Now Mag in a bit of trouble, getting very low here. Now Slam hitting 3 there is the Slaughter, and now Slaughter gonna chase down Mag. Slaughter popping the BKB, not gonna be able to catch Mag however, and BZ not catching anyone out there in terms of kills. Almost getting the Luna, almost getting the Clockwork, but nobody falling for Team Empire. So Relax's push maybe the slightest bit slower now, as they are sitting on lower life than they were before. And actually even Ultra just gonna back off here. So Slaughter now sitting on 300 gold. It'll be nice to see what he builds next. It's Ibrahim, 800 of himself. Dread, point boosters. So gonna go for the Agnums. Gonna give him that greater swap range as well as a reduced cooldown, I believe. Yes, cooldown on the Scepter swap is 10 as Empire smoke up in the mid lane and look for a couple kills. As Relax may run into them here at the worst time, and Doom now going to TMW. TMW in trouble for sure. As Slaughter gets his stun onto nobody. As TMW now falls. Invoker buys back instantly now. Black Hole onto 1 there. Just the Slaughter however, falling to the Luna ultimate. Now Dread on the back line is going to be cleaned up by Resolution. Slaughter in a bit of trouble here as pops BKB, now goes on Silent. Silent popping the BKB just before the Slithering Crush hits, and BZ going to run out of here actually as Mag gets the hook onto him. TMW throwing out the Tornado there, not getting much though, as That was a large stun from the Shacklo Stomp, and now Sonic gonna fall there. Always one fly getting very low as well. Stun onto 2 from BZZ. Mag gonna fall here. Resolution gonna fall here. And of course, the Enigma falling here on the back lines. Chased down by the Yellow Titan, and Rubik getting the kill on the Doom. And now mid tower gonna go down for sure. Rax likely as well. Only person gonna be able to defend for the time being is Bane, and Bane of course can't do too much aside from single target disabling. And Relax coming back in this game too convincingly, taking the team fights, doing really what they want, putting out the gank train Pain onto Empire, and now pulled nearly 7,500 in their favor, experienced 12,000 in their favor. So Relax taking this game too now, as this Rax goes down, and Empire Haver just not giving up yet. Of course, do have the possibility to come back, so I guess not really GG yet. Shouldn't have said that. As Luna does have the potential to carry her team to victory with the bouncing glaives. However, she will also be against the might of Slardar, who's now building an assault Kuros, one would assume. More negative armor for him. And again, Relax just pulling off this negative armor strat. I haven't seen it be more or less used to focus on certain specific heroes. As now Slardar picks up the assault Kuros. 10, 2, and 10 on BZZ with the Slardar. Very impressive play by him. Gotten lots of Magnificent Suns off. But Shacklo really, I feel as if he was the savior of the last fight, as that Stomp, I believe, caught 4 of Empire there. And really allowed for Relax to turn that fight around. So now TMW gonna farm up a bit more. Has 1,600 gold on himself. Hex, who knows what he builds next. Is starting to get Forge Spirits now as well. Of course, has enough levels to do so. Exort, Quaz, and Wex pretty much leveled up equally at this point. And yeah, so let's take a look at the kill stats and such. So Slardar sitting on those 10 kills, 2 deaths, and 10 assists, so performing again very well. Rubik Ibrahim, of course, has stolen a lot of spells, has done a lot of work here, and Resolution now going to be harassed down by him now. Slardar actually rotating in, as Sunstrike going to hit onto Doom. Doom being cleaned up by the creep tower, and now stun onto Vangsword. Vangsword going to fall here to Slardar, and now 2 down for Empire. Push on the top racks could come out. As you take a look at buybacks, Doom does not have buyback, nor does the Bane. So the team fight potential going to be the slightest bit gimped, as they cannot disable the 2 heroes they normally would. So Relax now going to push the top racks, and looking certainly much more grim a situation for Empire at this point. I'm just going to split push in the meantime, pushing out the bottom lane. Does have Manta, but not going to be enough to hold off this top push Rax. Top Rax push. Relax now get 2 sets of Rax, and Silent just going to back off here, it seems. Back off the push it is, so split push not happening, and Relax now up 2 lanes of Rax over Empire, as Roshan now responds in 30 seconds. Relax, I'm sure, going to go for that, and prepare for the final push on the bottom Rax of Empire. So now Luna's trying to scout at the Roshan. And Ibrahim devouring that creep of Luna. Hunt just being barely missed out there. Relax not being able to find her as she tried to scout the Roshan. And Roshan now about to be up. Slardar pushed at the bottom lane. Assault Kuros now on top of 3,300 gold. Blink, of course, and the Vanguard. Certainly looking strong at this point. And can really build whatever he wants next. Could maybe even go for a heart. That would give him the survivability to really sustain through any kind of team fight. And likely still the Vanguard, maybe pick up some lifesteal as well. I doubt we'll see that though. It seems a bit out there in this period of time. So now Relax going to prepare for the bottom push without the Aegis. Even though Roshan is up, they did not scout out in time. So Empire now 5 mid. Gonna loop around and not even smoke for this. Praying that Relax have no wards, and Empire, what are we doing? This tower now under siege by BZZ. Bring him in the corner there. So now Resolution coming from the back here. Gonna not be able to find the invoke in time now. Pops the BKB. Doom going right onto BZZ here. BZZ now doomed and Fiend's Grip. Have her swap. Gonna break that Banksor now. Black hole onto just Shacklo. Shacklo gonna fall here now. BZ actually running into the black hole and now gonna fall himself. So Luna getting a double kill here as Ibrahim sealing the black hole. Black hole on 4 of Empire, but no cleanup available. Relax. Could have had the chance had Ibrahim done that sooner, but Luna getting a triple kill now on that last Rax push. Not working out, but Ibrahim. Oh my goodness. That was a huge black hole by him. It's just a shame Relax didn't have anything to follow up with it. Had Slaughter been there, they could have stomped, and Invoker could have dropped the... Oh, it would have just been great, but Empire here hanging on. Luna carrying the team, triple kill in that last fight, and really just shutting down BZ in the last fight as they did expend 3 ultimates on him nearly. And now Aegis gonna be on Luna. She's... Jumps on resolution. What are you doing, guys? Switching items up. Fortify now finished on Luna and Relax. Could be a bit of a panic mode here, but R2 racks up, so I mean, not the scary situation for them. They still even have 2 tier 2 towers up. And pretty much Empire taking it back. Nearly 20k advantage in experience for Relax, but now down to 10k, whittled down very, very much. This tower isn't deny range, I doubt. Mag's a deny, however. Relax losing out in gold now. We're up nearly 1400. Or 14,000 rather, now dropping about to 9,000. So Relax may look to go for a second push here. BKB up on Enigma and Dread picking up the Aghanims now, so that cooldown maybe gonna be short enough to cancel both the Fiend's Grip and the Black Hole of Enigma. Just gonna have to make sure he stays in the back lines and doesn't die over, as he is pretty... actually, compared to the other heroes on his team, he's pretty fairly healthy in terms of that amount of life he has. That bottom tower denied by the Doom. And just go all in here, maybe. Just Relax. 5 here for either team, and now swap in from Resolution. Resolution now hexed up. However, hooking from Mag onto 3 cogs in 3, and Luna now popping the ultimate. Luna getting the kill on Rubik there. Ibrahim not going to do much in this game. Dread falling very low now. Shacklo and BZZ also very low, and turns out the Slaughter fell. Doom finishing him off with the Doom, and Enigma killing off the Vengeful Spirit. So 3 down, 2 down for Relax. Nope, 3 down, as I believe Ibrahim did buy back. And Empire, Relax seemingly suiciding themselves on Empire for the second time here. Black Hole wasn't even used, Doom was used, but Moon also used as well. So those 2 ults, as well as the hook from Clockwork. Again, Mag actually had 3 people within his cogs in that team fight, so grouped him up very nicely. Walked him with the ultimate, started just doing work as Ibrahim now finds Luna. Luna with the Aegis, however, is going to be A-okay most likely. Hook missing from Clockwork. It seemed like it hit Ibrahim, but apparently not latching. So now Empire going to move to push out the bottom lane. They do have 3 here, 2 in tow, back at the base actually, so always want to fly, as well as Mag gonna have to try and defend, it seems. It feels if even if they do try to push, the Invoker can hold off that push very well. As that does have EMP Tornado, strong combo, of course, then into Meteor Deafening Blast, and at that point it's just creep wave gone, health gone, and there's nothing you can do. And now Luna gonna lose her Aegis in 3 minutes. But not even having expended the last 2 team fights either, so Relax should be a bit worried here, as Luna still has the potential to come back in this game, I guess. So again, I remember earlier saying that, hey, this has got to be GG as the mid-racks go down. But after these 2 team fights, Empire is still, of course, fighting, it seems. It's now Dread as well as Slaughter are going to come up towards this top lane and maybe look for a kill on Silent, but again, Silent does have the Aegis of the Immortal. Actually, Slaughter going to look for Vang's Warrior. Sunshine going to come out. Vang's Warrior going to be blown up. And now Silent. Slaughter not spotting her out, and now spots her out. Is he going to go on her? Is it bait? Damage amp on her. Does have the ultimate available now. Literally just right now. And Empire. Maybe we're going to look for a fight here. Resolution 4-stepped away and was baited in. Slaughter forcing him to pop the BKB there as Stomp coming out from Shacklo. On Yellow Titan. Now BZ going to be solo black hole. However, swap coming out from Dread, canceling that black hole, and BZ going to make it out alive. Dread, however, falling mighty low, and Malphus now into him, likely going to fall. Right, Luna will do it, and Stomp from always want to fly as Ibrahim steals the ult again. Mala flying very low here. Silent now falling. Bangsor going to fall in the process as well. TMW getting doomed by the Doom on the backlines now rotating in, and Luna blocking the hook of Clockwork, and TMW now going to fall for sure. As the chase goes on now to Relax. And Shacklo, maybe the target of aggression here. No, rather Ibrahim picking up the battery salt and getting stuck in the calls of Clockwork, as now Enigma going to fall to Slardar. So spread out fight here. Certainly Enigma now buying back. And Slardar, very slow it seems. Doesn't have drums or any sort of move speed aside from his sprint. So it really has to wait for that for him to chase any sort of heroes out of the way. And prolonged fight there. Enigma did buy back. I believe the Rubik bought back. I don't think so actually. So actually, Relax just losing to Invoker, who was doomed, and Vengeful Spirit, who suicided herself to break that ultimate of Enigma. As Dire's career picked off there. What did it have on it? It had the heart, or the satanic of Myla, so Myla, or Silent rather. As I keep botching that. Not gonna have the satanic just yet. Gonna have to wait 3 minutes on it now. Certainly a thorn in the side of Empire is something like that very difficult to replace. And the sooner you have it, the better, as really sustains you throughout a fight with the extra satanic, or the 175% lifesteal for like 3.5 seconds it is. And now Empire just would have to sit in their base and hope this last Rax doesn't go down. Because at that point, Luna's gonna have to sit in the base herself and make sure the creeps don't push in. This game halting to a standstill after Relax seemingly rolling over Empire. Luna being able to hold her wits about her and stay in the game. Soul Triton now picks up the Shiva's Guard. Rubik going to pick up a BKB, it seems, as Invoker picks up the Actum Scepter. So Team 3 are going to be doing much more work now. Only a 2-second cooldown on the Invoke now, with no mana cost. As now Empire going to look for a kill in the woods of the Dire. Now Dread going to be caught out here for sure. Ibrahim in the backline is now going to steal nothing as he gets doomed, and now Dread going to die here. However, Tornado EMP going to come out from TMW. Doom, of course, already expended on Ibrahim now. Shacklo popping the Shivas, trying to block out Resolution. Indeed he does, so Ibrahim going to live here. I thought now rotating in, going to see if you can find anything on the cleanup. And stun onto Resolution. Resolution going to be in trouble here. However, Lucent Beam from Silent, now Hex up on Resolution. Stomp catching out 2 there of Empire. Now Resolution eating a lot of damage. Sunstrike, Nightmare popped, and now BZ caught in the black hole of Always Want to Fly. Luna all popping, not going to kill anyone just yet. Now Ibrahim gripped up by the Bane. Bane, however, falling in the crossfire, and now 2 dying in those cogs for Relax. As Luna gets a triple kill, killing off, I believe it was the Slardar and the Elder Titan in those cogs. Blaze just bouncing back and forth between the two and instantly tearing them apart. As Silent now pushing down the mid lane. May look for a tower here, as Invoker going to see what he can do as far as pushing the Ancient of Empire. But anyway, again, 4 down for Relax there in that fight. Empire only losing 1 in the Bane. Really just focusing on the Slaughter at this point and making sure they get the kill, as Always Want to Fly now. Cold Snap and Deafening Blast, as well as the Force Spirits, going to get a kill on him. Now, mid tower is going to go down slowly. Both very, very low, and Rax would be under fire here by TMW. However, force TP back from Luna. Luna making sure this Invoker doesn't get too much damage on the Ancient, but any damage that is done here, not going to be too spooky, as it is going to regen stuff up. As now Satanic going to be available for the Luna. So back and forth fight at this point. Empire just hanging on constantly, as Relax still holding the advantage, and Gold also experience getting very, very close to even at this point, as the supports of Empire ride the back of Luna and really just soak up the experience from these team fights. But Mag has been cogging again, just wonderful, wonderful amounts of heroes. 2 in this fight, 3 in the last fight, and when he does do that and it's more than 1 hero, the glaives from Luna, if she's attacking into those cogs, will just bounce back and forth between those 2 heroes, and they will die very, very quickly, as that glaives damage is 35% reduced, but has a nearly 300 damage right click at this point. No, it has over 300 damage in right click. Even with 33% reduction, it'd still be over 200 bouncing back and forth between the two heroes, which is absolutely insane. So relax now. A bit worried as far as what they should do now. I'm sure they are, at least, as that last Frax push hasn't worked out and may go for it a third time here, but Roshan is up. Relax may look to take it as Empire again, having to sit in their base with these creep waves just constantly pushing in. And Invoker now sitting on 1500 gold. Buyback status is very important at this stage of the game, so I take a look at that. Luna has buyback, Slaughter has buyback, Invoker has buyback. Everyone on the side of Radiant has buyback, but the side of the Dire, Empire, lacking buybacks on Enigma, lacking on the Doom and the Bane. As they did buy back in that last, or Doom bought back in the last fight, and Enigma and Bane bought back sometime earlier. He's now pushing the bottom lane. Could come out here from Relax. It's now team they're throwing out the Tornado EMP, gonna push this creep wave just in the slightest bit, as Resolution eats a lot of mana. Or gets a lot of mana eaten away from him, and bottom lane gonna push in. Lots of creeps here now. And Vlad's up on Doom. I haven't done any items checks in a while, just been sort of non-stop action. Really, both teams trying to make sure they win this game out. The Mag with the Ghost Scepter, Blade Mail. And stun from Eldritch, not going to hit anybody there. Slaughter picks up a Demon Edge. Has 4200 gold on top of that, so are we going to see Divine Rapier, or are we just going to see an MKB most likely? As Ibrahim Drums, Blink, Force Staff, BKB still being worked on by him, but wants to save for the buyback, of course. Shackle again has the Shiva's, Arcanes, 2.3k gold on top of that. Dread now, Force Staff, Aghanims, and Rocket can scout out this Roshan attempt, but there's not much Empire can really do about it with this Invoker applying any sort of pressure to the top lane. And oh boy, look how fast this Invoker goes. Max move speed on him when he pops that Ghost Walk. That is pretty crazy. Just off for a slight second there, but absolutely crazy. So now buyback coming up on slowly all the heroes. Doom still behind in terms of that. 2 minutes till that buyback is available for him even, and Enigma now also doesn't have enough gold for buyback. And really they can't get too much gold aside from passively and the mega creeps they have to kill. And this bottom lane is the only option of gold. Now Slaughter picking up the MKB. L-Titan has the cheese. Brigim. No, Aegis likely on Slaughter. Yes, indeed it is. Slaughter, I believe, does have buyback on top of all this. Let's look at net worth, and Luna just so far ahead of all of Relax at this point. 6k ahead of Slaughter, even the highest farmed hero on the side of Relax, and Empire just sitting in the base, and Enigma now pausing the game. Tactical pause, wondering what to do. Empire says, "Sec, please," and we will wait. But anyway, I guess it's a good time to catch up on items, since I don't think I've covered Empire's items just yet. Always Want to Fly is sitting on a Mechanism, BKB, Blink, and Boot to Travel now. It's Mila, or Silent rather. Of course, has the Satanic, has the BKB, has the Mantis Style, and the Butterfly. So Resolution sitting, of course, on the Vlads, the Shivas, and the BKB, and Vangsor. Nothing on him in terms of anything. 4, 11, and 6, so too many deaths really to expect him to have an insane amount of farm. They do have Ibrahim's Gem on the courier. Yeah, still in there. And yeah, so pause for the slightest period of time, and we will have nothing really to talk about here except for when this push from Relax is going to finally maybe break the back of Empire, or when Empire is able to push out the back of their lane, as we do see some mighty flying creeps here. As Empire now calls go. Tread responding with the G as well, and we will see a fight. As teams do teleport on the top lane, going to split push it in. So he does have the route to travel himself. And now we wait. Slardar as well as Rubik and Shackle sitting up here. Tread nearby, actually lifting from Ibrahim, and now Slaughter blinking in, getting nobody, and now may go down here, is eating a lot of damage from the Slaughter. Pops the Satanic there, and healing up very quickly. However, BZ still going at it. Gonna fall now, however. Earth Splitter was expended there by Shacklo, and now Black Hole from Always Want to Fly onto BZ, and Shacklo, however, Mala gonna eat the dirt here as she does fall, however, buys back instantly. Now Black, I believe, was stolen by Rubik there. Nope, rather it's the Eidolons, and going down, forcing the buy back, and now Slaughter gonna go on always wanna fly, gonna fall for sure. Lunaver now rotating in. Fiend's Grip onto the Slaughter. Slaughter 4-step away, however, out of the range of that Fiend's Grip, and now Vanksword falling very low, as well as Silent. Silent, however, gonna eat the dirt here as Slaughter also falls. Slaughter, however, buying back now. Clockwork getting the kill on him, and now Vanksword gonna fall here as well. They're Titan cleaning him up, and now Mag pops the Blade Mail, pops the Ghost Scepter, and is gonna fall for sure though. So 4 down on the side of Empire, however. Resolution dooms Slaughter, not gonna make it out of here, however. Hook actually onto Slaughter, and Slaughter actually could fall here, it seems. Slaughter actually getting an ultra kill while doomed in that situation. And this Ancient now gonna go down for sure. Empire hang on to the very last moment here. And GG comes out from them. So Empire losing this game 2 in spectacular fashion, really holding on for the longest period of time. Luna just not being able to carry her team at that point. Got focused down by Slardar, and Dread swapping out the Enigma for the second kill on the Slardar there, saving him really. And again, the Fiend's Grip force-staffing him away. So that last fight, Relax just playing it out, so the Slardar was very well protected. Slardar even having to buy back and teleport back in, still dying, but it didn't matter as Relax took the game and able to take this to a game 3 now, 1-1 as Relax win this game 2. And again, BZ doing work, 7, 16, 6, and 7. Just an insane amount of kills and assists. Same as the Invoker, and just really a whole team effort from Relax. Empire in the meantime, Luna doing a majority of the work, however, without the support of her team, 15 assists, 16, 7 on all of her friends, just not being enough though. But anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Frouwo. I hope you enjoyed the cast. If you did, that's great. Like, share, subscribe, all that neat stuff. If you didn't like the cast, I always appreciate constructive criticism. You can contact me with that sort of stuff at on YouTube in the comments, and via Twitter or via Twitch even. And yeah, so I'll read that and make sure to improve on the things you stated. But again, thank you for watching. This has been Frouwo. Game 2, going to Relax here, and I'll see you guys in Game 3. But of course, in the meantime, have a nice day, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.